أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing great. Today inshallah we are going to study Tanween, which is the third part in this catch-up series. Okay, so what is a Tanween? Tanween is simply the double harakat. Alright, and we are all familiar with these sounds already. Okay, so there is this double pesh or double dama, double fathas or double zabar, and double kasras or double zir. Alright, this uh, this is called double harakat or the double harakat, and it is called tanween. Alright, and what sounds do it produce? This one is the un sound, this one is the un sound, and this is the in sound. Alright, so we are already familiar with these things. What is the significance about tanween? This is what we are going to discuss now. Okay, so this was the definition. Now moving on to some examples. First of all, kitabun. Do you see this un sound? Once again, muslimatun. Alright, so these are all the examples that have tanween, and as you can notice, all the asma have tanween at their end. Alright, so this is also something that we should start observing now. Okay, this is something that we know already, or we might not have noticed up till now, but tanween is always present at the end of an ism. Okay, so similarly we have shajaratan, qalaman. Kitabun is a book, muslimatun a submitting female or feminine, shajaratan a tree, qalaman a pen, bintin a girl, mu'minatun the believing women or the believing females, baitin a house, rusulun messengers. Okay, all right. Now there are 5 things that I would want you to know about tanween, and these are it. Okay, that is it. That's all you need to know. First of all, the tanween is always present on the munsarif ism. Alright, so you're not going to find tanween on fail, and you're not going to find it on harf. Alright, you're only going to find it on ism, and that too the munsarif asma. What are munsarif asma? They are asma that carry tanween. That is it. Alright, it is just a fancy word for those nouns, for those asma that carry a tanween. That is it. Okay, so munsarif asma. Next point, they may be present on singular and plural asma. Alright, so if you have a tanween bearing ism, it is not necessary for that ism to be always singular. Alright, so from these examples, kitabun, muslimatun, shajaratan, qalaman, bintin, baitin, these are the singular asma. Tanween may also be present on some plural asma, such as mu'minatun. Alright, this is plural. Rusulun, this is also plural. Okay, the singular is rasulan and the plural is rasulan. Okay, so this point is also done. Next, what is their significance? They signify that an ism is nakra. Right, so there are 3 articles that we know from English: an, and the. The is used for those asma that carry some exclusivity. Okay, so that's reserved for those asma. The common nouns, all right, they are ism nakra in Arabic, all right, and those asma, the nakra asma, are denoted by the tanween. So if any tanween has if any ism has a tanween on it, it means that that ism is nakra. All right, for example, a pen. That's why this is a book. Let me clear it. Okay, so this is a book, a submitting feminine or female, a tree, a pen, a girl. Now this is simply this is simply believing females. Okay, you would not translate it as the believing females. All right, so take care of that. Then a house, messengers, not the messengers but only messengers. all right, unless of course the noun is a proper noun. All right, and what are proper nouns? The ones that we know from English, they are the names of people. For example, Zaidun. Okay, so you see Zaidun has a tanween on it. Okay, similarly the word Muhammad, it also has tanween on it, alayhi salatu wasalam. All right, Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. All right, so that's what. Of course, these noun and these asma are not going to be nakra, because we know that they are ism alam, they are proper nouns, they are marfa. Okay, so of course there are going to be some exceptions everywhere in Arabic. All right, the next point that I would want you to know is tanween cannot coexist with al. What is al? Al is equivalent of the. All right, so this tanween cannot coexist with al. What happens? It is replaced with a single harakat when the prefix of al is added. Okay, so for example, we have the word kitabun with the tanween, right? What happens? We prefix it with al, and what happens? This tanween is changed into its single harakat. All right, so al plus kitabun is equal to al kitabu. All right, this is your very important point. Okay, so it can never ever be al-kitabun, for example. Al-kitabun, biggest blunder. Okay, it has to be al-kitabu. Similarly, let's clear it up. And okay, al-muslimatu, ash-shajarata. Now why have I pronounced it as ash-shajarata and not al-shajarata? This is a separate lesson in itself. All right, so we are going to discuss it then. Al-qalama, al-binti, al-mu'minatu, al-bayti, al-rusulu. All right, so that's how the tanween gets replaced by a single letter. By a single harakat. All right, so this was our fourth point. Now the final point is that tanween indicates Arab. Now what is Arab? In the previous lesson I told you that the harakat, which are uh, the the vowel sounds in Arabic, all right, so simply the pesh or dama or zabar or kasra, all right, these are your vowel sounds. All right, these are called harakat, these are not Arab. What is Arab? This is something that we're going to discuss in the next lesson, inshallah. All right, so for now, these are the only 5 things that I want you to remember regarding tanween. First, always present on an ism, and the asma that carry tanween are called munsarif asma, number 1. Number 2, they may be present on singular as well as plural asma. Next, they signify an ism to be a nakra ism, all right, unless of course it's a proper noun. Then it cannot ever coexist with al, and the example is this: al plus kitabun is equal to al kitabu, and you can of course practice with these 8 asma yourselves. Okay, and finally that they indicate Arab, and this is something that inshallah we're going to discuss in the next lesson. All right, so till then, barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-hakim. I'll see you in the next lesson. Allah Hafiz.